Go ahead and start however you'd like. I'm actually going to start sitting down in a comfortable position, and I'm going to start with my face. So go ahead and close your eyes. Let's just stay here for a moment. Be in the same space and breathe. It's going to be quite a loud warm-up as far as using your throat. So go ahead and invite in voice as soon as you can. Feeling the breath move through you, in you, around you. Getting a little sloppy with it. Just throwing it out and feeling it move through your body. Going to deeper parts of the throat, the sounds that feel a little strange. Placing your hands wherever you feel the sounds. Again, these are just ideas, so go ahead and take whatever feels good for you today at this moment. Final 3 sounds and breaths. Good. We're going to start with just moving our face around. Opening the cheeks, the nasal passage, behind the eyes. You can even take your hands and start to massage your head. Tapping or hitting or shaking or widening the eyes and rubbing. All these things being a possibility in this moment. And then feeling that energy open up into the chest. Down through the shoulders. The weirder the sound, the better. And taking that sound all the way down to the pit of your stomach. Always organizing your body however feels best at the moment into the sound. And then taking the sound right into the pubis. Letting the sound heat you up from the inside out. And then traveling the sound all the way down to the soles of the feet. This is all free form movement, but the sound is leading. And just always keeping in mind where the sound is. Good. Taking the sound all the way up through the legs, into the upper back. Moving the sound through the upper back. And then holding the sound in your hands when it gets there. A couple more breaths in the hands. And then letting the sound just bounce through the whole body. The inhales being just as important as the exhales. And then letting the legs get wobbly. If you notice, if you get into the sound right away from the beginning of the class, it'll become quite intuitive to just use it. Good. Wobbly through the feet. I hope you're making sounds with me. Good. And then through the fingertips. Letting the fingertips take you all the way up to reach the stars. Stretching and stretching and stretching through the side body. Keep stretching through the side body as it continues to get warmed up and reaching and sound. So a lot of different things you can grab onto. Letting the texture change as it goes. Side to side. And side to side. Also think of the feet and the knees and the belly. Maybe moving or hanging out in the positions that feel really nice. Notice that the texture of the movement will start to change, and so will the movement if you just gradually continue it. Side to side, from side to side. Yes. And then letting everything just hang. Hands getting heavier and heavier until they take you down to the floor. Probably in some sort of folding position, either on your hands or maybe down seated. But wherever you are, just start to sway the movement back and forth. Keeping the breath very alive. Letting the body warm up casually as it comes. Some days will feel easier than others. And now taking that movement side to side instead of back and forth. Again, you could just do this without watching me, so your movement will be whatever it is. Letting that movement start to circle one way and the other way. And every day this movement will be completely different. As you notice, I keep transforming the shapes of my movement. It just happens naturally by listening. So I take a note. The note is circular, and I let my body do circular. Let's continue this circular pattern wherever it comes. It could be in the head or in the feet or in the shape of your movement or just even in your voice. Circular pattern. Good. Wherever you are, go ahead and take a massive inhale. Massive exhale. 3 more. Final one takes you to neutral. We observe the neutral for 10 breaths. Getting at all the little kinks, little details, little subtle things that your body needs at this moment. Don't take anything for granted. Anything that comes to you is valid and worthy. May it be a rubbing of the fingers, a little itch, a little walk, even a sneeze or a burp. Good. We're going to start to bring in a wave, starting from the back of the head, feeling heavy, and then the front of the head feeling heavy, and then the back of the head, and then the front, and then the front of the chest, and then the back. And you're going to continue like that all the way down through your body, front of the belly, mid-back, front of the hips, booty, front of the knees, heels, toes. And then ride it back up, same way, in the opposite direction. Heels, toes, knees, thighs, or hamstrings, and then thighs, and then booty, and then hips, and then lower back, and then belly, and then upper back, shoulders, and then chest, and then front of the head, and then back of the head, and then elbows, and hands, and palms, and fingers. Grab it, and then slowly fold. Good. Start to find a flat back shape into a fold. So again, this could happen on your feet, this could happen standing, this could happen on all fours. We're just playing with shapes of flat backs and folding. So you'll notice this warm-up is very free because I want you to keep exploring how your body likes to move without much of a format. Flat back and folding is what we're playing with. Flat back and folding. So notice the shapes of flat back and folding can show up in many, many different ways. Good. 3 more, and then find yourself onto the belly, wherever you are. On the belly, go ahead and place your forehead on the top of your hands. Untuck your toes. Lift the pubis. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Lift the thighs. And then relax. Again, press tops of the feet into the thighs. Lift the pubis. Lift the lower belly. Tuck the tailbone under a little bit. And relax. relaxed. So we're basically just activating everything. One more like that. Stay in that shape. Bring your hands right by your chest or a little bit below. Go ahead and rise up into an arch, into an up dog, or whatever your shape looks like. And then fold again. Same thing. First activating the body, lifting the pubis, tightening, lifting the thighs, pressing the tops of the feet down, and then go ahead and keep that shape as you lift into an up dog. Oh, it feels great. Just one more. Taking your time. Pressing, lifting, tightening. And then an up dog. Right into a child's pose. Ooh. Hands out far. Finding lots of length into child's pose. Couple breaths here. So starting to lengthen through the body. Big breaths, opening the ribs. All fours, circling through the torso. We're going to continue to build these blocks I spoke about at the beginning of the class. So push out of the shoulder girdle, dip into the shoulder girdle. Keep the shoulders there, just lift the pubis up and contract the lower belly. And now push out of the shoulders. Dip into the shoulder girdle, let the belly fall. Keep the belly there in an arch. Push out of the shoulder girdle. Keep pushing out of the shoulder girdle. Now lift through the lower belly. Big contraction. And then let it all fall. Let the belly fall. Arch. Dip into the shoulders. Good. Push out of the shoulders. Contract the lower belly. Tuck the toes under. And then rise up into a down dog. Whoa. Nice. Moving through your down dog, however feels good. So building blocks to wholeness. Taking one movement, one breath, one thing at a time. It feels great. Good. Rising up and down through the toes. Transferring the weight from the hands to the feet. Plank to down dog maybe, or that transferring of weight from hands to feet might show up completely different in your body. Wherever you are, I want you to start finding a right lunge. You could get to this shape in many different ways as you find the right lunge. Just opening up through the hips, however feels good. Inviting this lunge play. Taking your time with the breath. Good. Finding your way back to an all fours. Maybe even changing the direction of your body. Let's go back into dissecting the shoulder contraction play. But I want you to do it your way. Just one little staccato movement at a time. So really focusing on a specific part of the body. You can even add the head to this movement. Back into the down dog. Rocking forward and back. Maybe even starting to find a circular movement in the rock. Inviting in different aspects of the body in as I am. I'm letting my knee kind of slide forward and back as I'm feeling more and more warmed up. Good. Finding the left lunge. Also working with different shapes that are not linear. That's why I like to move around my mat. I like to find circular shapes or abstract shapes, strange transitions, because it taps into those little weird parts of the body that you wouldn't normally get if you're doing a very aligned, structured practice. That's why I love free movement. It keeps a lot of space open for surprises, and it keeps the body very present because it never really knows where it's going to go. There's something really beautiful to that. It's very equivalent to life, isn't it? It keeps you on your toes. So playing with that, opening up the right hip flexor and the left in a sense, depending on where you are. Feels great this morning. Good. Finding yourself back on the all fours position. Sitting back on your heels. Opening up the tops of the feet. Beautiful. Starting to rise up on the feet. However you get there. I'm going to bring a little bit more activation, dominoes, so bringing circles through the feet. Kind of where we started, but you can start to feel the difference. The circles can happen in many different ways. Good, bringing circles through the ankles, through the knees. Picking up the energy through the legs. Starting to invigorate the body through the hips. Don't make it pretty, just kind of make it sloppy. Move it around. Good through the torso. Opening up the sound. Getting warm through the shoulders. Notice that the circles might be changing shapes. That's okay. Through the head. Standing solid on your feet. Feet hip distance apart. Let's just take a nice big squat. And then lower down onto your back. Again, we find ourselves where we were on our belly, so I want the hands up above the head. The toes pointed. I want you to reach. Press the lower belly into the floor, extending through the spine, shoulders down. And then relax. So reversing that movement we did on the belly where we were activating and relaxing. Again, go ahead and squeeze. Lengthening. Relax. Final one. Squeeze. But instead of relax, go ahead and keep the squeeze and bring the knees to the chest. Beautiful. Working through the toes. Taking your time. Staying calm. Taking movement to movement. Good. Legs up on the sky. Go ahead and shake them out a little bit. Take a happy baby. Moving through here. Always being very aware of where your body is today. Not expecting anything from it, but really just listening. Squeezing the knees back into the chest. Taking a moment there. Good, extending long again. Taking a twist to one side. Yes. Quieting down. Go ahead and twist to the other side. Get there however you'd like. What does your body need today? Where is it at today? Most importantly, where is your mind at today? This is leading you up to your practice, so really paying attention where your focus needs to be today in your practice. Good, unwinding, just starting to roll around the floor, getting comfortable with the floor as we will probably use it during the practice, as we always do. Just switching side to side, feeling the body roll. Taking little moments of stretches wherever it comes. Not worrying about form, just moving around for 3, 2, 1. Slowly finding a standing position. Taking your final stretches or movements as you get there. Remember, this is all on your pace, your time. I'm just giving you a bunch of ideas of how you can warm up. There's so many different ways to warm up. It doesn't always have to be the same. Just take a couple more moments. If you're already standing, close your eyes and see where you are. Before we begin, just taking a moment of gratitude. We are here today. We are present. We're together. There's something so beautiful just about that. And just always taking a moment to keep in mind that the practice is going to be what it's going to be. And just showing up is everything, honestly. Just showing up.